up, guys? It's your boy Larry here with DBE from the Jamagreek crew. Today's video, you can tell by the title that it's our story how we met. We met what? Like
20, it's going to be 22 years
22 years ago in November 16. We met in high school. I was going to one school. Evan was going to another school. She came to my school in September
1998. Long story short, we're from Quebec, Canada. I was in French immersion, then I switched to English.
Yeah.
And that's where I met Mr.
So when she came to my school, she came and honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100, keep it real with you guys. I had a girlfriend at the time, but when she came, I don't know if you guys believe in that love at first sight. And it may sound cliche, but it's real. I don't know. When she came and I noticed her, it's like everything just channeled in, and I just saw her. She was sitting on the floor with her friend. They were playing cards.
It's funny, you remember what I was wearing too?
Yeah, she was wearing the white jeans. And you know, back in the day, how the Greeksters used to dress, you know, with their jeans and the, what were the shoes? Perry Ellis.
Perry Ellis, yeah.
With the Levi jeans and, you know, the sweaters with, you know, so that's how she was dressed.
And the curly hair.
With her curly hair. And she just caught my eye, and I was like telling my friend, I'm like, yo, who's that girl, you know, new girl. And right away I noticed she was a new girl in the school, because I knew everybody in that school. So I saw her, and I tried to find a way to talk to her. So I'm trying to think, how can I start a conversation, just go up to her and say, you know, introduce myself and get some information. So I asked her for, back in our days, in the 90s, we used to have payphones in the school. How many of y'all can relate, payphones in the school? So I asked her, do you have a quarter so I can make a phone call? So I went to make a phone call, and I came back to give her the change. She said, no, it's okay, keep the change. I'm like, oh, what? You know, like back then when we were young, it was something, you know? So then I was like trying to figure out, okay, who is this girl? Where's she from? Fast forward, long story short, she was talking to a guy in my class, Louis, which is her cousin that I found out after, who actually became our godfather for our first son. So it's a small world. And I go to him, yo, Louis, who's that girl you were talking to? He's like, hey, you know, like, stay away, you know? When I was young, back in them days, you know, we were more like bad news type of kids. Don't look at me now, but those that know me, they know.
No, he told you could be her friend, but stay away from my cousin.
Yeah, like, no, trying to hook up with my cousin is not happening, you know? So I'm like, don't worry, bro, maybe one day we'll be family. And yeah, that was it. So I ended up finding out that she was in one of my classes, a few classes.
English and...
One or two classes, she was part of the class.
Yeah, because in the French classes, I was advanced.
So she came in, and just by her reaction, like, you could tell like she felt like she didn't fit in. Like she was too like high class for us. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm with a bunch of losers. What is this school? It's
guys, it was a soap opera.
Soap opera, all this stuff. So I was like, whatever, I gotta find a way to talk to her. So I wrote a letter. That was my way in back in the days. That was the hook. You know, I gotta write a letter. So I wrote a letter, I gave it to her. And in the letter, I said a whole bunch of different stuff. But overall, the next day, we spoke to me. She goes, look, you know, you're a nice guy, whatever, da-da-da-da, you're friends with my cousin, but honestly, like, you know, I'm not racist. but
that was the first thing I told you. I'm not racist.
I'm not racist, you know, I have black friends, but it stops there. You know, it's only friends, nothing more. So me, I didn't hear one thing she said. It went in one ear, out the other. All I heard was blah, 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 blah. And I said to her, listen, all I need is your that's it. Fast forward, I don't know how long it took.
But it was the house number, and I gave you my pager, no? Or I didn't have a pager
yet. You didn't have a pager yet.
Not yet, yeah, not that. Yeah, okay.
So I said, all I need is your phone number, and the rest is history. So she's like, okay, whatever. In the end, your boy got the number, of course. Once I got the number, I did my magic, do my thing, you know, calling, talking, got to know each other, da-da-da-da. Fast forward. Next thing you know, we're not like dating now, but we're talking, so she's kind of getting used to me, getting comfortable, we're talking, whatever. I used to walk her after school, walk her home. It was her friend, her sister. I used to walk with them. We were all friends, you know, we had the same friends of people, and we were always together, so slowly, you know, start to fall for me.
Not fall for you, but we were close friends.
Yeah, but...
Because we got to know each other, we would talk, like...
Yeah, we had so much in common, we related so much, like, we were so much alike, it was crazy. Family-wise, things that we thought, that we believed in, like, we're so much alike. Tell them how I made it official.
Okay, so, again, like you said, so I was new to the school, so I was like, I had a few cousins that went to the school, and I would stick with them because, I don't know, for me it was like... I'm not gonna lie, I was like, what the hell am I doing here? Honestly, I don't belong at all. Because I came from like, it's another school, French immersion, but everybody, we had all kinds of friends, but the Greeks were with the Greeks, the blacks were with the blacks. It's just, when it came to chilling and whatever, everybody had their group of people. Now, the school I went to was one big soap opera. Everybody was dating everybody's girlfriend. So like, let's say he was dating somebody and he left her, his friend would date her. You know what I mean? I don't do that stuff, you know, like very classy, simple. Anyways, so long story short, I was playing basketball in the gym and he was playing basketball in the gym as well. He was playing with his boys, I was playing with the girls, and I was running late for class, so I got my books. I'm running through the hallway to go through the staircase. So the staircase, what happens is, it's doors. You have to go through doors, go up one staircase, the other staircase, and then there's other doors to go through to go to class. So what happened is, I'm running now with my books to go up the first staircase. Literally, did I know he was right behind me? I didn't even know. And what happened is, he's like, wait up, wait up, wait up. And I turn around, I'm like, okay, I can't talk right now. It's, you know, we're running late for class, you know, like, what are you trying to do?
Don't worry about it.
He's like, don't worry. He corners me and he sticks his tongue down my throat. I was like, I was so in shock, guys. I was like, what the hell just happened to me?
Hold on, I want to tell you something. So I put it on corner and then boom. So that was
anyways, so we get to class. Now, obviously, our teacher was a little ass, but we loved him anyways.
God rest his soul.
So we both get there at the same time, right? So now he already used to find it fishy how he used to stick to me a lot. So he liked me a lot. I don't know why.
That teacher, okay. God rest his soul, Mr. Cohen.
Yeah.
He was a unique teacher. He was a type of teacher. He was a Jewish guy, but this guy knew everything about black history, black anything has to do with black culture. He knew everything. He used to say that he was more black than me. He used to call me Black Ass. That was my nickname. There's another guy, Greek guy, George. He used to call him Fat Ass. And then my other friend, Garth, he used to call him Weasel. So we were the trio. So he used to give us nicknames, and me, he would pinpoint and like be very on me because I was a bad kid. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bad kid. I was a troublemaker. Like, that's what I was. So he was the only one that could control me because he knew how to connect to me. So when he saw me clinging around Evelyn a lot, being around her, he's like, no, you're not gonna manipulate this girl.
Because I was very close with that teacher. Yeah. I wasn't close with people, but I was close with the teacher. But anyhow, so he really liked me and he didn't want me to like fall into Larry's trap, basically.
Get influenced.
Get influenced. So he would tell me, you know, if your parents find out, especially your mother, because he had met my mother back when there was teachers interview, parents-teachers interview, and he would be like, if your parents find out, or if your mother finds out, you know, they're not going to be very happy of you, very proud of you, or whatever, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, you come from a good family. You don't need to fall into his ways and whatever. And then I was like, yeah, don't worry, Mr. Cohen, it's all good. You know, we're just friends. We're really good friends. And if I could help him, why not? You know, a little story. You know. Anyways. Back to what I was saying. After he sticked his tongue down my throat and I got to class, now he already found it weird that we got there at the same time, but reality was, no joke, is that we were both running late because of basketball, and we were going to class, but a little thing happened in between. So I get to class and now I was all like lost and confused. I was like, anyways, I was like, what the hell just happened to me, you know, like, anyways. So the whole time in class, I was on another level. Like, I didn't hear the teacher talk. I don't know what the hell we were talking about. He was doing a subject on, he would love the Gazette. Every day we had the subject on the Gazette. Anyways, I was just a lost soul. That whole hour of class was a lost soul for me. And basically that evening when we spoke, he told me, you know, you're gonna be my girl.
Yeah. You're gonna be my wife. We're gonna get married and we're gonna have kids.
So not only did he give me a shock sticking his tongue down my throat, he also told me he's gonna marry me. So I was like, what the hell is this guy? Like, to me it was a big shock, you know?
Keep in mind, I was 15 years old, but I knew what I wanted from young. And I know what they say, when you see a soulmate, you know it's real. That's one thing I could say. I'm living proof of that. It's real. And after that, so fast forward now, we've been together now
22 years.
22 years. Okay, so the first
November 16 will be 22 years.
So the first 5 years we dated, only her like close cousins, the ones that we used to chill with, are the close friends.
Well, my cousin Louis, the one that told him stay away from her.
Yeah.
Few of my close cousins
Because that's how she used to chill with a lot of her cousins. And,
and my close family friends.
Yeah. So they knew, everybody knew, my people them knew, but her immediate family didn't know. Like some of her aunts knew, all these people in her family knew, but the main people never knew. So then after, with time,
it was also because for me, I didn't think it would end up to marriage. It was like, okay, it's a guy I'm dating, but I'm 15 years old. Like, what do I know, you know? So it was like, I told a few people because they was the people that I hang around with and spoke on a daily basis, part of my family and close friends.
Yeah.
But to me, it was like, yeah, I'm not gonna marry this guy. Whatever, it's a fling, you know. We're dating. Everybody has a boyfriend in high school, right? But literally, did you know? Yeah.
So yeah, the first 5 years was that. Then, long story short, it wasn't easy for us, being that I'm a black man coming into a European family.
Parents, I can't say they're very open-minded, but when it came to being serious with somebody, because my mom had all kinds of race friends, like we're not racist. Like we grew up with all kinds. My mom's best friend was Filipino, to tell you the truth, and she was married to a Jamaican, believe it or not. But like my mom is very open-minded when it comes to friendships, because to her it's we're all the same, right? We all bleed the same. It's just when it came to marriage stuff, more serious, it was more like for traditions, religion, you know, the typical stuff that come in the way.
They expected that, you know, you're going to be with your own kind.
Being with your own kind, because it makes it easier. It makes it easier for your children. Anyways, long story
So they
short.
think, because that's what we were taught. So now, fast forward 5 years. First 5 years, we went through hell. Straight up hell. It was not easy. It was not good. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but we're past that stage. But being me, the person who I am, and the way I was brought up, the way I was raised with my
Thank
mom.
God I had you by my side.
Yeah, because
that's for sure.
I'm a very strong character. I'm a Gemini. No, I'm not two-faced. I'm just too strong, too real. My mom was a single mom growing up. My father was a singer. He used to travel a lot. So my father was in my life as a kid, but as a teenager, he wasn't there because of the lifestyle that he lived. But I don't hate my dad. I love my father. We're still a good relationship. My mom passed away 1 year after we got married. And because my mom was the type of character she was a lot like my mother-in-law. So right away I knew, and I met my mother-in-law a few times, because hear this now, what's even more crazier. Where I used to live, I lived in a duplex. Where I lived, my neighbor attached to me was Evelyn's best friend, which her mom was my mother-in-law's best friend. So they grew up together. I grew up with my neighbors, and she used to come by, her, my mother-in-law, and always used to see me, and I used to talk, say hi, whatever, but they never, not knowing that, you know, one day we'd be a family all together. So that being said, me, I'm used to, like, you know, when you're a different culture, race in another school, you're used to the attack of the racists and all that stuff. So me, I didn't take it as anything. I just said, you know what, it's normal. They're probably ignorant. They don't know. Give them time. Da 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 da. And she kept telling me, look, I know my parents. I know my family. They will accept it with time. It's just it's the whole thing of what people are gonna say. But you know, fast forward, with time, they got over it. We met. We sat down. We started our first. Actually, you started your first business. It was in a salon. That's how we kind of grew together. That's when I met the father the first time. Because my mother-in-law's main thing was, how am I gonna get like my husband? What is he gonna say? You know, my father is a hunter. He's from Crete. He's very like old school Greek mentality.
Like closed doors, you know.
He's from where he's from. They're very like rock concrete. You know, like this way or no way. So with time, when I met my father, he was the nicest man in the world. It's just the first thing he said to me, we had to go buy wood because we're doing renovations.
We're renovating my salon at the time.
Evelyn had just got a salon.
I work from home now. So.
And my father-in-law, he's very handy with his hands. So he goes, I'm renovating the place. We had 2 weeks to do everything. So he went to buy wood. He goes to Evelyn. Your husband knows construction. So she's like, yeah, whatever. He knows whatever he knows, but he can help. You. Okay, so he goes, let's go buy some wood, Reno Depot. So I'm like, oh, the talk is coming. We're going in the car, we're driving, he's driving.
And this is after 10 years, guys. 10 years.
So first 5 was hell, this is not crazy. She moved out, 2005, we moved out, we lived together. Now we're like 7, 8 years past. We're still together, they know about us, but we haven't all sat down. My mother-in-law's come, it's been crazy. It was a crazy, like, situation. But in the end, we're driving, and the first thing he says to me, all I care about is if you guys are happy. If you guys treat each other good, treat each other with respect, communication is the most important thing. If you're happy, I'm happy. That was it. That was the big chaos that we were hiding for 10 years for him to tell me that simple little thing. And ever since then, he's my best friend. So yeah, that was it was crazy. It was interesting. It was amazing. I don't regret anything. I don't hold back. Everything we had to go through was for a reason, and
It just made us stronger.
We're so strong as a family together as a whole. When my mom passed away, you know, they were there. They were very supportive. My mother-in-law and my mom, because I knew my mom how she was, and I saw my mother-in-law, they were so much alike, to the point where my mom, she passed from cancer, ovarian cancer, and she told my mother-in-law in the hospital, Dina, take care of my son because you're the white version of me. My mom, she was a joker like that, you know, and they were so much alike. They connected so much, but in a short period of time, you know,
Baby, made me tear.
she didn't get to live long. It's normal. But other than that, I wouldn't replace the family I have now. I love my family, all of them. My sister-in-law, my brother-in-law. We're all crazy in our own way, but we all love each other. That's what makes us strong, unique, because they have a special love, you know. And I'm glad that God chose me to be with this family. And yeah, that's what it is. So 10 years later, we got married. Then a year later, my mom passed away. We had our first son, George.
She passed 3 weeks before.
3 weeks before our firstborn, and she was saying, "Oh my God, your son's gonna be so cute! I can't wait to see him."
She was really trying to fight
to
make it.
I want to see him with the dimples, Evelyn's dimples, but she didn't, unfortunately, get to see him. And then we had a second boy, and then we're like trying to push one more. We had one more, and then boom, it was a girl. So we named her Graceland, which she didn't name after my mom. And I can tell you, those of you that have kids, when you have a girl, it makes you understand women complete. Why? Because from young, I'm seeing living proof. My daughter is something else. She's next level. She's like 5 going on 30. She's too smart for her age. I see the big difference with having girls versus boys. But overall, like, I wouldn't change it for the world. But yeah, so that's our story, how we met, summed up. You know, obviously there's more to it. Those that know us, they know there's a lot that come to it. But I mean, that's our story, how we met. And we've been together 22 years, imagine. I'm 36, 37. We've been together since high school, so we're real high school sweethearts, high school lovers. That's real.
Right, we die.
So that's it, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the Jamagreek crew. Turn on notification bells. Keep yourself notified when we upload new videos. And give this video a big like, big thumbs up. Leave in the comment below if you guys, any of you out can relate interracial relationship. How was it for you? You know, did you struggle with it or whatnot? And what's the ideas of more videos you want to see, more topics, anything you want to see, let us know in the comments below. We'll meet you guys in the comments downstairs. We love you guys. Peace.